FM weather.
Asian Star 101.6 FM weather for Tuesday. Another dry and warm day across much of the region with good spells of sunshine, but cooler in some coastal areas and onshore breezes will develop. Temperatures highs of 24 degrees Celsius today. The outlook for Wednesday to Friday. Wednesday dry and very warm with sunny spells. Thursday increasingly cloudy with showery rain developing, locally heavy and thundery. Friday increasingly breezy with some patchy rain for a time. That's the weather across the Asian Star radio region.
Asian Star 101.6 FM weather. Asian Star Radio, now with more listeners, more power, and across 4 huge platforms on FM, online, on mobile. This is Asian Star Radio.
This programme is sponsored by the Vitality and Rejuvenation Clinic, IVA SL09DB. Call Manjit Kaur on 01753 651 475 or 07988 637 295. Email Manjit at manjitkaur51@yahoo.co.uk.
Asian Star 101.6 FM. Very good afternoon. Thank you, Kiran. And it's, of course, Tuesday the 19th of May. My name is Ray C. I'm looking after this 1 hour of the program. It's a special program, as it is every Tuesday, because Manjit Kaur is here from the Vitality Health Clinic. And a very good afternoon to you, Manjit ji.
Good afternoon to everybody and all your lovely listeners. And Saranu Sastrikal Namaskar, Adab, Jai Shri Krishna and Jambo Sana.
Thank you for being here on this lovely day. So every week we talk about different health kind of topics. What do you bring to the table this afternoon?
Well, it's going to be something to do with digestion. Very, very complex. We tend to eat food and forget what the system is and how it's going to digest, because often we will eat carelessly or just without thought, or just eat because we have passion or we are craving for something, or you're rushed up and you'll just not even chew and just get up and go after having food on the go, what is called. So all these things can actually impair digestion. But in this process today, we'll be talking about one of the biggest problems that's being, troubling the communities. It doesn't even look at gender, it doesn't look at age, it doesn't look at whether you are born in east or west or north or south of the world, and that is gallstones, which affects the gallbladder.
Right. Okay, so what kind of problems can the average human being get from the bladder and the gallbladder?
Yeah, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪੱਥਰੀਆਂ, ਹੈ ਨਾ?
Yeah.
And pitta is the way in Punjabi, which is called the gallbladder, and pathriya is the gallstones that actually are sit there, and it is a bile duct which is closed when we eat, and the valve opens so enzymes can surge out and the bile can do the job. Imagine taking a balloon, Racy, and then filling it half with water and then squeezing it, and some of it will go up the water, the rest will still stay down below. How amazing is this majestic muscle of this gallbladder that will open the valve when it wants to release the enzymes and the bile secretion to go and help digest the food. Amazing. So the gallbladder acts like a digestive backup system, and that catches extra bile and to move to a safe storage area and will not interfere with the whole of the digestive system, because it's disciplined to move things when it sees food coming in. Imagine that it's linking up with the stomach, the liver, the gallbladder. All these organs actually have got an electromagnetic field that they resonate one with the other. So when you eat something, the gallbladder will contract and squeeze out enough bile to keep your system running smoothly. That's how we started. But there may be days that, or in time or with age, which is one of the biggest issues, Risi, that people are suffering with pain, or soon after they eat, they'll have a stitch, or they might feel lower back pain, on the right hand side, or they might feel constriction in the just below the diaphragm, where the ribs actually finish, and that could be quite a strong pain or a dull pain.
Right. Okay, interesting. I'm just trying to absorb the opening statement from yourself with regards to today's topic. Jaloji, ਸਾਡੇ Punjabi listeners ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, and if you want to give us a call, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੋਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ 01753 531016. Manjeet Kaur is here. It's the Vitality and Health Show, and of course she's located here in Ivor Bucks. Her clinic is based there, but ਅੱਜ free advice ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ on the radio. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ phone karna chaho, a few lines now free 01753 531016, or you have text vi kar sakte ho. Any questions related to health matters, Manjeet is here to give you her expert opinion on the matter. So Manjeet, so in this day and age, fast food, lots of food going down our throat, it's just binge eating. So we know that so many problems come out of eating junk food and binge eating, like most of the new the second and third generation of Asians do these days.
Yes. Yeah, thank you for bringing that point up. There's a serious problem. I mean, it was very unheard of with the older generation because they ate sensibly, but also they had gaps in between, but they were using the right oils, and fried food was not the equation, or it was not in their diet. If anything, it was more of ghee and butter and mustard oil, if anything.
Which is worse, no?
Hey?
Which was worse? The ghee and eating ghee and stuff.
But then they were also working and sweating, and their physical activity was there. So gallstones and pathriyan were unheard of in those times because there was perspiration and physical activity, and it's considered a good fat. So let's not condone that purified butter is bad. In moderation, it's really good. But then they used to also have bitter vegetables and other things that we'll go through, which are very beneficial because it's a varied diet. But in this Western world, or not forgetting even India or the Eastern blocks and America and Canada, gallstones and gallbladder is a serious issue. I've been treating even young, people as young as 30 and 28 who did a gallbladder program with us, and we got rid of these stones, and they physically took the stones back home to show their family.
What as souvenirs.
As souvenirs, collected them on paper, put them in a plastic bag and say, hey, presto, and till today, they still haven't had surgery. So there are different symptoms people suffer from. You see, so 5 out of 10 people in UK are ending up with gallstone problems, and out of which most of them will end up with surgery with consistent pain, or sometimes the pain can be so bad that they need to be on painkiller or actually on morphine.
Oh dear,
to get rid of that pain. It can really make the person go and fold in half, and when it does come, most of the time it will be with the evening food or at night, when the pain can trigger off, and sometimes during the day, but mostly to do with the foods that are high in fats, or have been fried, or their oil has been deeply cooked on very high heat, so that it's become a saturated, rancid oil, and the gallbladder becomes so crazy that it does not know what quantity and how much bile to make. It just keeps throwing it out. And when excess bile is formed, because now there's no discipline left within the gallbladder, it will start retaining the green liquid, and it will just sit there and calcify and become gallstones, which is what we want to target on today. Yeah.
So would you say, I mean, we're talking about fried foods and non-fried foods, but people obviously feel that fried foods taste a lot better, and the more healthier ones do not have the same taste.
Yeah, I think we've become a beige and brown society, Racy, looking at that it should be crispy and crunchy under our jaw and the way we chew. The same food can be made on griddle, air fryers. There is so many gadgets out there that can make the food healthier. but we just become mindful that it doesn't have to be dead crispy, and no matter how much oil you try to bring out with holding napkins in between, it's still there saturated, even if it is a deep fried samosa. You can actually put it in air fryer, lightly glazed with olive oil, with rapeseed oil, I beg your pardon, and it'll get the browning effect and the crispiness as well. Yeah. So it's just matter of adjusting to your acquired taste. It's just disciplining yourself and saying what is good for you. It's where is it placed? The gallbladder is a small organ beneath the left rib cage on the left side, on the right side, and it is digestion of, the role it does is it's a digestion of fats from food, and it's the stored bile that's delivered to the small intestine when the food arrives there. So it not only gives bile to the stomach but also to the small intestine, and that is 23 feet long. With billions of villi ready to take the goodness of the food. But when it does see saturated fats, then the gallbladder is under a kind of a callow or marshal, there to send the bile to the small intestine when the food arrives there. So the bile is produced by the liver, and it compromises of cholesterol, bile salts, and bile. And the gallstones, they are there with the mixed stones or cholesterol made up of cholesterol color, which is yellow or green. So some stones could be yellow, some green. Sometimes the pigmented stones that can show in a scan can be even a little bit darker brown. So they could be the size of a chickpea, they could be as small as a mung bean, but sometimes they could be sitting there in 10s and 20s, or it could be in larger size. But the most dangerous one, and the one we don't treat, is when we see a picture or the image of that scan that the gallstone is actually in the duct, because it's like a U-bend pipe. And when it's in the duct, then we don't treat it, because the chances of that breaking up would be difficult. But then we are not going to, just for the hell of selling the product, jeopardize, the pain might get worse, but there are less chances of the stone breaking down. And that would be surgical removal. Yeah.
What symptoms are they for when someone has gallstones?
Like I told you, they'd have pain soon after eating, or an hour after eating. They might feel heaviness on the right hand side. They might get a shoulder pull. They might get a side rib cage on the right hand side. They might get a pain there. And because it's based in such a way that it's like a little pouch, very tiny, not very big, maybe even this half the size of your fist. It's the muscle, when it's forced to squeeze out a lot more, they would feel that pain. Yeah. And as the lining with the base of the gallbladder, as the stones sit there, it's going to cause inflammation to the base of the lining of the gallbladder, and that could cause inflammation. And that would be like indentations or little ruptures in the gallbladder, which then sometimes are not repairable, and they could sit there like sediments for years. From young age of even 15 onwards, gallstones can start forming.
Right, okay, thank you.
Not forgetting all these other saturated fats and foods that children are eating. And that really plays a real big part in whether some people may have the resistance to break up the bile and the fat in their body. Others don't. But most people, after several years of punishment, I think we can subject our body to the demise of that organ. And then eventually it needs either surgical removal or laser surgery. There are some therapies that are being done to break the stones up through it's like a hammer beat. But boy, when the patients come out from their pain or the morphine they've had, they feel like somebody's really punched them hard.
Oh, gosh.
And that could be very, very painful. Yeah. But that would dissipate in time and often can be successful but that also means, is there room for recovery? Is laser surgery is not given for the hell of it or the heck of it. They have to ascertain through the scan whether this is treatable or not treatable. So the gallbladder, they are pigment stones which are made up of bile or bilirubin, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, which is they are small and darker in color. But if the gallbladder is blocked, then the duct can cause sudden abdominal pain that people need to be wary about and become cautious, which is known as the biliary colic pain. And that's like a child feeling colicky with the kind of trapped gas or wind in the stomach. And that's how you can feel just below the rib cage. Yeah.
Okay, sounds. I mean, in your clinic, then, do you get a lot of cases of, gallstones? And what do you do on the first instance? Do you have to have an assessment by every individual patient? They're all different.
All different. All different. It'll be great to have the scan from the doctors, which these days a picture images can be taken and you put it on your phone, bring it to us. And if it is treatable, then we'll work with it. I work with the Ayurveda range of remedies. We work with the herbs and then also some nutritional support. But also we do a gallbladder detox in which they would go through some products and literally even having a glass of olive oil, a quarter glass
drink.
starting, quarter glass building up to half a glass, and adding in some other ingredients that we'll talk about later in the show. So we're going to leave a bit of masala for the end to say how you can treat it as well. But then you also need to be mindful that you need some sort of liver support in the process of doing that, because that is neat olive oil you're drinking with some other things added in. Yeah.
So just a quick question. I mean, if one of our listeners gets gallstones, the first thing they will do will rush down to the GP, I suppose, or hospital.
Yes.
So how will they get to you? I mean, why would they come to you?
Well, after probably knowing about us or reading about it, that there is alternative solution, or family or friends who have had a treatment, or they're just checking online to see if there is some Ayurveda treatment, which certainly there is, and they want to not go for that surgical intervention and stay with all the natural remedies, because the pain can be so bad that sometimes even after having a gallbladder removed, the digestive problems still stay, and can lead on to other issues like joint pains as well, because now there is not the right kind of enzymes from the bile to break up your food, can lead on to more acids of leaching into your bloodstream. Yeah.
Right, just to remind everybody at home, Asian Star Radio, Vitality and Health is the complete hour until 1 o'clock with Manjeet Kaur, who is based in Iva with her clinic. Loji, ਤੁਸੀਂ Punjabi please phone kar sakte if you want, if more comfortable. We speak English and Punjabi, but not so much me, but Manjeet does. तो ਤੁਸੀਂ phone karke ਹੋਣੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਵਾਲ ਜਵਾਬ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਰ ਲਓ 01753 531016, text 07902 867857. Manjeet, if you can, before we go to a quick break, quickly remind our listeners of your details, your mobile phone.
My mobile number is 07988637295. It's 07988637295. So we have amazing liquids. I'm just raising this bottle, which help with gallbladder and breaking the stones up, but also working with from distance. We can do a phone consultation online or on a WhatsApp call, and you can send us the image and we can work from there. And only yesterday we worked with somebody, and that's what actually caused me to make the show today with the gallstones, and it was all done by phone. And their products have been posted out, so they will get them there at least by today or latest by tomorrow.
Fantastic. Loji, thoda ka waqfa. I will have a quick commercial break. Coming straight back with Manjeet Kaur. If you want to give us a call, 01753 531016.
This programme is sponsored by the Vitality and Rejuvenation Clinic, Iva SL09DB. Call Manjeet Kaur on 01753 651 475 or 07988 637 295. Email Manjeet at manjeetkaur51@yahoo.co.uk.
Listen live or listen again at our new look site, www.asianstar1016.co.uk.
Asian Star Radio 101.6 FM पर रमज़ान के महीने सहरी का खुसूसी प्रोग्राम वक्त सहर लेकर परवीन लाशारी आपकी खिदमत में हाजिर रहेगी। सुनना न भूलिएगा, सिर्फ और सिर्फ एशियन स्टार रेडियो 101.6 FM।
एशियन स्टार रेडियो और स्लाव इस्लामिक ट्रस्ट यमन चैरिटी अपील। हम यमन के लोगों के लिए पैसा इकट्ठा कर रहे हैं। यमन की हालत इस वक्त बर्बादी की हद तक पहुंच चुकी है, जहां 90,000 बच्चे अपनी जान गंवा बैठे हैं। एशियन स्टार और स्लाव इस्लामिक ट्रस्ट यमन में रजिस्टर्ड चैरिटी गुड डीड चैरिटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ मिलकर काम कर रहे हैं, ताकि वहाँ के लोगों तक आपके पैसे पहुँच सकें। एक फैमिली के लिए एक महीने का हर फूड पार्सल 30 पाउंड कॉस्ट करता है। साफ पानी न होने के कारण लोग कॉलेरा का शिकार हो रहे हैं। एक फैमिली को एक हफ्ते के लिए पानी मुहैया करने का कॉस्ट है 20 पाउंड। अगर पूरे नेबरहुड को एक महीने के लिए पानी देना चाहें तो कॉस्ट है 240 पाउंड। यतीमों की स्पॉन्सरशिप के लिए एक बच्चे के लिए मंथली 20 पाउंड या 240 पाउंड पर ईयर। इसके जरिए बच्चे खुराक, कपड़े और एजुकेशन हासिल कर सकते हैं। आपसे गुजारिश है कि इस काम के लिए अपनी डोनेशंस देकर यमन के लोगों की मदद कीजिए।
For your donations, visit sloughislamictrust.org/Ramadan Yemen Appeal 2020 or via gofundme.com/Ramadan Yemen Appeal 2020. Direct bank transfer, Metro Bank, account Slough Islamic Trust, sort code 230580, account number 157-52785, reference Yemen, or call the Asian Star Radio offices on 01753 362 362 for more information.
This is your onboard supervisor speaking. Welcome aboard this Southern service. As we start our journey today, I'd like to say a massive thank you to the millions of key workers helping to keep us moving. Teachers, firefighters, shopkeepers, the NHS, postal workers, delivery drivers, and of course, my fellow transport colleagues. We're proud to be key workers supporting key workers.
Thank you. Southern, we're with you.
I don't think they're ready for this one.
Asian Star 101.6 FM. Online and streaming worldwide at asianstar1016.co.uk and on 101.6 FM. The Asian Star revolution has started and you're part of it.
This programme is sponsored by the Vitality and Rejuvenation Clinic, IVA SL09DB. Call Manjit Kaur on 01753 651 475 or 07988 637 295. Email Manjit at manjitkaur51@yahoo.co.uk.
Asian Star Radio Health Show with Manjeet Kaur, Health and Vitality. We're talking about gallstones today. Manjeet ji, je Punjabi ch si gal karna chaho, you are most welcome, and of course so are our listeners. Over to you, Manjeet.
Yeah, so gallstone ਜਾਂ gall bladder ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਿੱਤਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਪੱਥਰੀਆਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ। ਉਹ ਕਾਰਨ ਇਹੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸੱਜੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਉਹ ਪਲੇਸਡ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਲਿਵਰ ਬਾਈਲ ਬਣਾਉਂਦਾ, gall bladder ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ ਡਿਪੋਜ਼ਿਟ ਨੂੰ ਔਰ ਉਹ ਜਮ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਐਂਡ ਸਿਵਿਅਰਿਟੀ ਜਾਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਮਾਤਰਾ ਬਣਨ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਧੇਗਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਫਰਾਈਡ ਫੂਡ ਔਰ ਫੈਟੀ ਫੂਡ ਖਾਓਗੇ, ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਡੀਪ ਫਰਾਈਡ ਫੂਡ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਫੀ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਓਵਰ ਟਾਈਮ। ਇਹਦੀ ਉਮਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਏਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਦਾ ਸਾਈਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਤਲੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, ਜੀਨੈਟਿਕ ਡਿਸਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜਨਾਨੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਗੋਲ ਸਟੋਨਸ ਦੈਨ ਮਰਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਵੈਰੀ ਕਾਮਨਲੀ ਨੋਟਿਸਡ। ਇਟਸ ਕੁਆਇਟ ਸਰਪ੍ਰਾਈਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਇਟਸ ਲਿਟਰਲੀ ਸਟਾਰਟਿੰਗ ਫਰਮ ਦ ਏਜ ਆਫ 20 onwards. ਐਂਡ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਾਇਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਸੋ ਸਟੋਰਿੰਗ ਬਾਈਲ ਇਜ਼ ਮੇਡ ਬਾਈ ਦ ਲਿਵਰ, ਦ calcium deposits and other substances are found in the bile, and they vary in size and density and severity of the symptoms. Cholesterol and calcium and other particles bind together to make up the stones that are lodged in the gallbladder. Compared to kidney stones, Risi, gallstones are softer and they sink at the bottom, and they have more risk because the pain severity can be quite bad. So if your body is in certain abdominal pain or you are having a biliary colic pain, then you need to quickly get this addressed because the symptoms could vary. I'm going to run with the symptoms in this one. There's pain in your abdomen. or it could be triggered by eating fatty foods day or night. काफी ज़्यादा night ਨੂੰ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ज़्यादा महसूस ਹੁੰਦਾ है. Sweating or feeling sick or vomit, that could also be a symptom. Perspiration. Gallstones are there when they are and sit there when they obstruct the flow of the bile from the longer period or move into organs such to the duct. Then it could raise up high temperatures, even up to 38 degrees. So you need to become mindful of that. There could be persistent pain. You need to be aware of that. It could also lead on to a rapid heartbeat. Sometimes because the liver is playing a big part, to produce the gallbladder, the bile, then there could be jaundice or yellow of the skin, or you could have itchy skin, or it can also be diarrhea. So the symptoms are so varied. You could also have chills and shivers, confusion, and sometimes loss of appetite, because you will feel parapan in the throat. You feel like there's something stuck here, and you'll feel the heaviness, and that could lead on to symptoms that are you might think, oh, it's bloatedness, but these are triggered off by the gallstones in the gallbladder. Just imagine that there are about 750,000 surgeries done a year of gallbladder and gallstones, and about over 29% of Americans have gallstones. So they suffer from this problem purely because the diet of Americans is worse than the British as well. Not forgetting the other meats that they have, which are, if you go for lean meats, you have a better choice. It's the other steaks that they have. They don't get rid of the fats from the foods that they eat, and a huge amount of cakes and biscuits that are consumed. And the gallstone diet, which is primarily also trying to control the cholesterol, plays a big part in the formation of the gallstones in the gallbladder. And there's a way that we work with helping patients or consuming some foods and removing the bad ones. Is every patient varies, Ricky. There's not one system for all the patients. They are tailor-made. Your diet could be tailor-made because of your religious reasons, probably because of your work lifestyle pattern, or your likes and dislikes, or you're pure vegetarian and you do not consume others. But there is nothing to say that vegetarians don't get gallstones. On the contrary, vegetarians do, because they have so much other fats like full cream milk, vagara, and they think, oh, it's the protein, we must have that. So vegetarians suffer more from gallstones than non-vegetarian.
That's interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah. And really the biggest problem, then we said, was to become mindful of the symptoms that you suffer from. Don't leave it to too late. Always get assessment. But if you want to save yourself, then yes, there are amazing Ayurveda herbs that we prepare and the natural supplements we give, but also working with aquapunching that I do, and becoming mindful of what you eat and how you eat, because stress can also trigger off excess formation of bile by the liver, and anxiety can trigger off excess formation as well. So we're not just saying it's food, but how you feel and how your mindset is, what kind of perception you have with the situation at work, and how do you deal with it. Do you let it go, or do you churn on it? And that means over time and weeks and on end, you are becoming more and more overworked. And then your the way you eat, the way you chew, all that changes, and that can reflect onto how your food will break up, or the amount of bile that has to be passed on to the gallbladder. It's like me going to fuel my car and going and overfilling it. It's going to overspill. So imagine the gallbladder being the same, that when you do that, it's going to overflow the bile out. But the excess, the more the bile is, the more calcified stones that sit there, they are actually going to cause the formation. These calcified powder initially will then just become a formation of little stones. And like we said, for those who have just tuned in, it could be as small as a mung bean, dal. It could be as big as a chickpea, or even up to anything over a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 an inch in formation. And that's where then we don't intervene. That definitely is surgical, laser, or surgical removal by keyhole. Or it'll, if it's showing that their inflammation is too much, then they'll probably go for a bigger incision, and then keyhole is not suggested, although they prefer to do keyhole more because the recovery of the patient is quicker with the keyhole. Yeah.
It's a lot safer as well, I suppose, and a lot of patients are more comfortable with keyhole surgery than open surgery, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Loji, just a reminder, Manjeet Kaur is here, and if you want to give her a call on anything to do with gallstones, kidney stones, that is today's talking point. 01753 531016. She's located here in Ivor Bucks. Very convenient to do consultations with her over the phone or in person, but at the moment I don't think she's doing in-person consultations due to social distancing. However, you can call her, and today she's giving free advice up until 01753 531016 or text 07902 867 857, and please feel free to speak in Punjabi also.
Yeah, and my clinic number for appointments is 07988637295. I repeat, 07988637295. Like Racy said, we are doing consultations one-to-one, live on the phone as well, or by WhatsApp, or by any other social media platform that you so like. But then we also would like picture images, like we've done consultation of patients yesterday. They had fungal issues and they had issues with the skin. We needed their images of their photographs that they had of the skin, and that gave me so much deeper insight. Just checked with one of the patients that she had the most comfortable night after this very bad thrush that she had and a very bad discomfort on urination, and it's the first night she slept for the longest. And that's just started her program yesterday. Maybe at 4 or 5 o'clock was the first set she was going to take, and the application of the cream. So sometimes that's how rapid patients can notice the recovery. Yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to take a call. Let's see who's on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
Kashmir. My name is Kashmir.
Kashmir, you have a question for Manjeet today?
Yes.
Please go ask her. She's there right now.
Okay.
Hello, Kashmir.
Manjeet.
Hello, welcome.
Hello
जी, welcome.
मैं पूछना सी है ना, ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ ਤੇਰੀ ਕੈਲਸ਼ੀਅਮ ਹਾਈ ਆ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੀ ਆ? ਉਦੋਂ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਚਲੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਆ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨਾ ਖਾ ਦੁੱਧ ਇਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ, ਬਟ ਇਹ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਆ?
There will be can I get you to call me on my clinic number, and then I'll give you my suggestions. Definitely remove high calcium foods ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, and ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਰਦਾਂ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ?
ਦਰਦ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ.
No pains. And is there any stress on the kidney or the liver?
ਉਹ ਬਲੱਡ ਟੈਸਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ, ਹਜੇ ਕੁਝ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਫੇਰ ਬਲੱਡ ਟੈਸਟ ਕਰਾ.
Oh, right. Okay. Maybe let's speak of the air, because this is a program on gallstones. But definitely avoid high calcium foods, which they have suggested to you, and go for a low fat diet, and also low skimmed or raw milk more than other milk if you are consuming milk. Yeah. Okay. And if you
ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ?
There are several symptoms you can suffer from. So if you give me a missed call on 07988637295. I'll run them with you. Yeah. Then. Okay, Kashmir ji, just give me a missed call and I'll call you back. Thank you, ji. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Kashmir ji. Just give us a call. If you phone karna chaho, you can do 01753531016, and that's Manjeet da number throughout the program. Asi tonu deyange, no problem. Aaj gallstones di gal ho rahi hai ji, kidney stones, and Manjeet is going through all the various symptoms and what patients go through and what the alternatives are to actually heal these problems. So Manjeet ji, you. Back over to you.
Hanji, so obviously there's lots of foods. The bad foods we are talking about is the worst one for gallstones is mathiyan and chevra. These are saturated fats, hidden fats, or fried foods, which are deep fried foods, and that is the most one will be aloo tikki. Aloo tikki, yeah, a huge amount of fat would go into that. Then not forgetting bread pakode. There's lots of fat going into that. These are all the bad foods that people are having, and then not forgetting laddu, and then barfi, jadi ke full cream milk barfi hai, these are all the bad things that are in the diet of Punjabis and otherwise. And then huge amounts, you do need to become mindful and start looking at packages, what you are buying and what it's containing. It will give you the quantities of fats and saturated fats and monosaturated fats and sugars. Something simple like, I was looking at a product of the American product called Milo. It is like a Bonvita drink, and it says no added sugar. But when you looked at the side of the bottle, the tin, it had over 8 grams of sugar, other substitute sugar. So you need to become mindful and start reading what's on the front labels. A lot of these food regulations now are that things are written on the package or at the back. Become mindful of that and make the right choices, because over time you're going to be punishing your system. You might build up a taste, and we've said there's so many other ways of cooking foods through air fryers, in ovens, and griddles, and you will produce a much better quality of that food. It's going to nourish and break down better without causing a stress to the liver or the gallbladder, yeah. So the clinic number we said is 07988637295. We also do aquapunching to help reduce the pain. That could be done, and also massages that can help to release the tension that you get when they get a stitch. The tension in the shoulder blade can be pretty bad. You'll probably just fold in half or drop your shoulder on the side. It's painful. So just to release that discomfort, it's important to follow some sort of natural treatments, which can be very beneficial as well. Yeah. And then looking at the bad foods that we've mentioned are meat pies, things that are pastries, bagels, white flour foods. If you look at the English world, then sausages, whichever meat it contains, those do have fats in there. Try to go for the low fat sausages, and then the non-veg food, try to go for lean meats rather than a meat fat on the meat. Butter we've mentioned in large quantities, yes, but lard is one of the bad ones. A lot of that is used in frying chips with every chippy shop, because they need to lighten the color and stop the oil from becoming dark. So that's where lard is used. Cakes and biscuits, very, very notoriously hidden in those fats, and biscuits as well. There's lots of breakfast biscuits out there, but just look at the sugars and look at the fats, and then they say, this is your breakfast pickup. You don't want a sugar spike first thing in the morning, And then avoiding high cholesterol foods that will help you to have the risk of gallstones. And what we'll do is work with other suggestions in today's program. What I actually do with my patients, Racy, is we help them to create a diet when they come to us, and that would actually, it's like tailor-made for them, for whatever foods they are, whatever nationality they are. That would help them to feel much better, and avoiding deep fried foods as much as possible. What we are looking at is also reducing foods that are high in white flours, so the liver doesn't have to struggle too much. Having a good bowel movement with high fiber diet, which will run into the final part of our show as well. And then as the saying goes, prevention is better than cure, isn't it? We mentioned the 750 surgeries done in a year is a huge burden on the NHS, and we are straining the NHS system so badly. bile flow can be reduced if you don't go for such saturated fats, and that means the liver doesn't have to make so much. The discipline all comes in with whatever it sees it will produce or overproduce, and then it does not know how to switch off. It will just keep overflowing and giving it to the gallbladder to deal with it. How complex is this system, Hannah? But
it is, yeah.
We make ourselves, victims of our taste buds, which doesn't help, Hannah.
Manjeet, just remind our listeners, call us 01753 531016 for any questions for Manjeet and her Vitality Hour this afternoon. It's a quick break time. Manjeet will be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
101.6 FM.
This programme is sponsored by the Vitality and Rejuvenation Clinic, IVA SL09DB. Call Manjit Kaur on 01753 651 475 or 07988 637 295. Email Manjit at manjitkaur51@yahoo.co.uk.
This is important information from the government about coronavirus symptoms. If you or anyone in your household has a high temperature or a new continuous cough, do not leave home for at least 7 days. Anyone else in the household must also not leave home for 14 days. Do not leave home for any reason other than to get tested if you are eligible. If you need food or medicine, order it online, by phone, or ask someone to deliver it to your home. To find out more, go to gov.uk/coronavirus. Stay alert. Control the virus. Save lives.
चालवी सुपरमार्केट की तरफ से रमजान मुबारक। चालवी सुपरमार्केट स्लाओ की जानी मानी सुपरमार्केट जो 1985 से कम्युनिटी को सर्व कर रही है। इनके यहाँ फ्रेश HMC हलाल मीट, पोल्ट्री, फ्रूट्स, सब्जियां, डेट्स और ग्रोसरीज की बेशुमार वैरायटी। आइए और हमारी अमेजिंग इन स्टोर ऑफर्स का भी लाभ उठाइए। लॉकडाउन के दौरान हफ्ते के 7 दिन खुले फ्रॉम 9 AM to 6 PM। स्टोर में सेफ्टी के लिए सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग जरूरी है। फ्री पार्किंग ऑन साइट। चालवी सुपरमार्केट, योर वन स्टॉप स्टोर दिस Ramadan. चालवी रोड वेस्ट, Slough.
This programme is sponsored by the Vitality and Rejuvenation Clinic, IVA SL09DB. Call Manjit Kaur on 01753 651 475 or 07988 637 295. Email Manjit at manjitkaur51@yahoo.co.uk.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Vitality Hour. Manjeet, it's over to you.
Thank you, Racy. Talking about the gallstones and the gallbladder and how you can actually take care of it, because we ran through all the unhealthy foods. I'll still be running with some more, which are desserts, like rasmalai and gulab jamuna, and we mentioned laddu and jalebiyan. Oh my God, the amount of fat in the jalebi, maybe going through that syrup as well. But imagine how much fat it's gone through in deep frying. So
it's very tasty, though.
Oh, I haven't tasted the jalebi for years.
Oh, really?
For many, many years. Yeah, many years. This is probably over 3.5 decades when I used to make it myself in the right oils. The odd time.
Okay.
The odd time. And then we mentioned about deep frying foods. Go for shallow frying foods, Hannah. But good foods for gallbladder and liver are foods high in fiber. Fruits and vegetables always come into question for the well-being of all organs within the body. Beans and peas are very important as well because of the fibers in there, and they are better proteins as well. But go for few refined carbs and less or no sugar. But eating healthy things like fish, salmon, mackerel. Be mindful about tuna, because sadly this fish has been now contaminated with mercury in the rivers, so we become mindful. Go for more products which are or in its not farmed places, because that's where the waters are then within that environment, not letting the fish flow freely. Olive oil is very good, but go for cold pressed olive oil. More of green on your salads and light olive oil if you're doing a light stir fry, but not, because a lot of people think that cooking in olive oil on high flame is safe. It does become saturated, so you need to become very careful, mindful about that too. And then going more for brown rice and oats or gluten-free oats are very good because they can pull away. It's a high fiber, a low glycemic index, but also help to pull away the fats. And go more for stone ground wheat than a normal wheat, which has gone through high production of milling. So stone ground is very good. If you look at the alcohol consumption, which will probably run, with all due respect that we have, I have a lot of English listeners as well, Racy. So cutting down on alcohol will also help reduce the risk of gallstones. Like the UK guideline is 14 units per week, spread over 3 days or more. And the standard of glass of wine is 2.1 units. So become mindful of how much you're consuming. And a pint of beer is, depending which one, can be anything up to 3 units. So people who are overweight have more risk because the fat around the liver can stop the normal function of the liver, and then it goes crazy in producing bile. But and then the gallbladder, as we spoke before, has a lot to deal with. Don't do crash dieting, or losing weight too quickly affects the bile in the gut and increases the risk of gallstone formation. So become mindful of that. Eating healthy foods, others that we can suggest is red rice, very good for you, or brown rice, which is very good. But you do need to have something like the ground flaxseed powder or flax seeds, at least 1.5 to 2 tablespoons a day, either in your food or straight in mouth with water, which is very, very good fiber, but a very good fat as well. And then we mentioned about reducing the carbs. That means you do need to become mindful about what are the breads you're eating. A lot of white bread is consumed with the choice that children force their parents, that's the only food they'll consume. Start with the good habits with children from young age, and then you'll know that over long run, this will be very beneficial for you. One of the best fruits that you can have, which has got all the good fats, is avocado. It's fantastic. Have a bit of lemon and black pepper added to it, and it's absolutely beautiful. But you do need to buy the avocado which is ripened from the shop. I had a patient who was advised, and it took 10 days for that avocado to ripen. She finally had it yesterday. Go for the avocado which is very darkish wine green, very dark olive green, and which is rugged skin on the top. The smooth skin avocados fats are different to the rugged skin avocado. See how things vary. It's amazing. Yeah.
Amazing. But it's all down to education, isn't it?
And that's right. Apple cider vinegar is also very good. Raw apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon can be added to a glass or 3/4 glass of water with probably about juice of organic apple. Half a glass of organic apple juice, but that needs to be had with some other products that we give when we are helping to help the patients dissolve those stones. Then there are some drops and potions we give that the patient needs to put in this mix. Red beetroot is very good, or beetroot steamed or even grated on its own is very good. And then maybe go more for new potatoes, small potatoes with skin and not without skin. Artichoke is one of the best vegetables that can be consumed for people with gallstones or have issues with gallbladder. Vine tomatoes are fantastic. The redness and the pigments in the vine tomatoes are very, very good. Try to get the ones which are more yellow or oval shaped. That's very good. Yellow tomatoes are very good. They should be coming back in season, and the purple black tomatoes are extremely very, very healthy. We also do colon hydrotherapy, coffee implants, which are very good for removing gallstones. With that, we give the patient a mix to have the day before and the morning of the treatment, and this way the 4-day treatment would help to break up the stones and leave like a sediment in your system, either through their bowel movement or through urination, or once we are doing the hydrotherapy, you can actually see the stones leave from your system in the tube, and then you can take them at home as a little souvenir that you accomplished an amazing journey of treating yourself. That's really very good. Become mindful of what you eat, and there's so much in food industry, and the variety just even of breads is humongous, isn't it? Yeah. So look at those of other foods which are pastries and pies. Really notorious, very, very high fat in pastries and pies. Try to become mindful of other foods which are crispy and coated on the outside, which could be bread coated, like fish fingers, those things. Try to go for the low fat, or try to put them on a griddle so the fat can run out. And that's what children like, isn't it? Crispy, beige and brown. But I think in this time, I think people have become more and more aware of what they're eating, and I think they've consumed more vegetables than ever before.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
We've got around 2 minutes left, Manjit, just to summarize on the program today.
Yeah, so what we were speaking about is gallstones and gallbladder, and something I also wanted to say was juice of cabbage, raw cabbage also is very good. Try to eat raw cucumber, and raw courgette. Have you ever tasted a raw courgette?
Never.
Oh, mamma mia, you don't know what you've missed. Absolutely delicious. And kachi pindi, raw ladyfinger.
Oh, raw.
Raw.
Who will eat that?
It's so delicious. It's really, really delicious and crunchy, but the beneficial properties are really, really good. Very good for diabetics as well. And then for the liver to behave, you can take fenugreek seeds, jinu apa methe gande hai. So 1 tablespoon of methe, soak them in warm or hot water, about over a quarter glass the night before, and have them the next morning on an empty stomach to help the liver to behave as well, because the liver does go crazy in making the bile. It's trying to just synchronize your body with the right, having the right herbs. There are so many herbs in our kitchen that are beneficial. Not forgetting that haldi is also very healing for the inflammation. Although haldi or turmeric will take very long to get to the gallbladder. However, for the liver, it's very, very beneficial, because we need to discipline the liver first, because it's now producing excess bile. What an amazing story this is. It may be a lot for you to ingest, but let's not become victims of these ailments, because there's a lot we can do ourselves to shift and move. You can also have the apple cider vinegar every morning, just as a teaspoon in water, just to alkalize yourself. That will help the liver as well, but also the gallbladder. My clinic number, if I can run that, is 079 886 37295. We run with everything, as this is not just one treatment. We also treat with blood pressure, diabetes, skin conditions, rashes, eczema, psoriasis, anxiety, stress, nervousness, stomach problems, digestion, constipation, colitis, Crohn's.
All right, mustache, because the news is coming. Thank you, Manjit. It's been a pleasure, and don't forget you can always give Manjit a call, and she'll be back next Tuesday, same time.
Asian Star 101.6 FM.
आएगी नहीं बल्कि आ चुकी है आपके सपनों की रानी, आपके दिलों की धड़कन। साथियों, मैं हूं अनु फ्लोरा और आप मुझे बरसों से सुनते आ रहे हैं ऑन योर फेवरेट रेडियो एशियन स्टार रेडियो, जो कि सुना जाता है स्लाव में 101.6 FM पर और दुनिया भर में अपने नाम का लोहा मनवा रहा है इंटरनेट के जरिए। अभी आप फौरन ऐप डाउनलोड